Welcome back, students. This is Electromagnetic Theory and Transmission Lines 2017 Supply 2 marks questions and answers. Now coming back to the first question, state and explain the Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law states that the force exists between 2 point charges. Let us consider we are having two charges. Then the force exists between 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of 2 point charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Here you should consider one important point here. The force type is not an attractive force type, it is a repulsive force type. Is it clear? Let us consider Q1 and Q2 are the two charges separated by a distance r. Then according to the Coulomb's law, the force exists between the 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of the 2 point charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Now, if you remove the proportionality constant, then it becomes k, where k is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Then if you want to write the force in terms of vector form, then it can be written as F vector is equal to q1 q2 upon 4 pi epsilon r square. This is the unit vector along the r direction. The units are newtons. Now coming back to the second question, derive once again they have given passions, don't bother about, it is Poisson's and Laplace equations for electrostatic field. Please refer 2018 regular video for that. Now coming back to the next question, state and express the Biot-Savart's law. Please refer 2019 regular video. Now coming back to the next question, write down the Maxwell's equation in what statement? Okay, it is given for 2 marks, but we have to write the 4 Maxwell's equation in what statements. See, this is the first Maxwell equation point form and in an integral form. Okay, I am going to write the what statement by considering the integral form. Now coming back to the statement, if you observe that the total electric flux density d bar of a closed surface is equal to the total charge enclosed by a finite volume. This is the total charge enclosed by a finite volume. Is it clear? Now coming back to the second Maxwell's equation. This is the point form of second Maxwell equation. This is an integral form of second Maxwell's equation. It is due to the non-existence of monopole magnet, or don't forget, it can also be called as Gauss law for magnetostatics. Now the statement. Once again I am repeating that the statement is going to be written based on the integral form. The closed surface integral of magnetic flux density. See here, the closed surface integral of magnetic flux density is always equal to 0. Okay. Now coming back to the third Maxwell's equation. This is the point form. This is an integral form. It is derived from Faraday's law. Here I am going to write the statement once again according to the integral form itself. The total electromotive force EMF, VEMF, induced in a closed path is equal to the, if you observe that, is equal to the, this is the induced EMF in a closed path, is equal to the negative surface integral of the rate of change of magnetic flux density, with respect to time over an entire surface. Don't forget, this entire surface is bounded by the same path, over an entire surface bounded by the same closed path. Okay. Now coming back to the fourth Maxwell's equation. This is in the point form. This is in the integral form. This is from Ampere's circuit law. Actually it is from modified Ampere's circuit law. The modification is done by Maxwell's. Okay. Here the total magnetomotive force, this is the total magnetomotive force in a closed path, once again in a closed path, is equal to the surface integral of, see that surface integral of sum of conduction and displacement current densities over the entire surface bounded by the same path, bounded by the same closed path. Is it clear? Now coming back to the next question. Define the uniform plane wave. Once again I am saying that uniform plane wave is going to be represented sometimes in question paper UPW. Don't forget. Don't confuse. Right? Please refer 2019 regular video for that. Now next question. Define polarization. Explain different types of polarization. Now first of all, we will see what is meant by polarization. Polarization is the time varying behavior of the uniform plane wave about the orientation of electric field vector. Polarization only talks about the electric field vector. The orientation of electric field vector in the time where in the uniform plane wave. Is it clear? Now how many types of polarization we have means 3 types of polarization: linear polarization, circular polarization. I will give the numbers for that. This is the first one, linear polarization. This is the second one, circular polarization, and this is the third one, elliptical polarization. Is it clear? If you observe that linear polarization, if the direction of the electric field vector at a point in space in the uniform plane wave remains the same, that means the direction of E, whatever may be the point if you consider in the uniform plane wave at a space, remains the same with respect to the time, then the wave is said to be linearly polarized. Observe the underline sentence. Why? Because these sentences are repeated. Okay, circular polarization. If the tip of the electric field vector of a traveling plane wave at a point in space with respect to time, if the tip of that electric field vector traces a circle, then the wave is said to be circular polarized. If the tip of that electric field vector traces an ellipse, then it is elliptically polarized. If you observe that, elliptical polarization. If the tip of electric field vector of a traveling plane wave at a point in space with respect to time traces an ellipse, then the wave is said to be elliptically polarized. Is it clear? Now coming back to the next question. 7th question. Define the propagation constant in terms of primary constants. Now we know that propagation constant is denoted as gamma. It is related to the primary constant through this expression, square root of impedance and admittance. Okay, where impedance is nothing but R plus j omega L, admittance is nothing but G plus j omega C. Now coming back to the next question, define the group velocity. First of all, observe this mathematical expression. The group velocity is defined as the ratio of change in frequency with respect to the change in phase. Okay, now group velocity Vg is the ratio of apparent change in frequency omega to the associate change in the phase propagation constant beta. The del can be written as partial differentiation, which represents change. Now coming back to the next question, define the stub. A piece of transmission line is called a stub. It is used for impedance matching technique. Is it clear? Now the last question, write down the applications of Smith chart. Please refer 2019 supply video for that. Is it clear? Thank you very much, students. If anybody are having anything, please contact. Thank you very much, students.